occasion of New Year, a woman by the name of Andrea decided to rent out a cozy, spacious house located deep inside the woods for a quiet celebration with the family. A few distance away, there was another house that was strangely abandoned. At around 4 a.m., on a particular late night, while watching a movie, Andrea started hearing loud banging noises, and when she looked out the window, she realized it's coming from that abandoned property. On the next few nights, the same noises continued coming. Then she decided to go and roam around the property. This is what she captured.
Estoy parando en esta casa que tengo acá atrás, pero de noche escucho golpes en esta casa que está acá. Ahí. Me quiero acercar a ver si veo a alguien o a ver si veo algo. Creo que está abandonada. No tiene autos, no veo gente, pero a la noche se escuchan golpes. Me voy a acercar todo lo más pueda para poder verla. Es esta casa que está acá, miren. Voy a ir mejor por el frente de la casa. Tiene también esta casilla que está acá, pero está cerrada. Escucho ruidos. Me vuelvo para mi casa, chicos. No sé qué pasa ahí, no lo sé.
Some footsteps can be heard during the video, which scares Andrea when she decides to run back to her rented property. In a moment of intense fear, she forgot to witness a shadow figure behind a tree, which is heading over to the abandoned house. Some eagle-eyed viewers of the video claims that they saw another dark figure staring at the woman from the window, which adds to the creepiness of the clip.
Como les dije, parece la casa que estuviera muy lejos, pero si vamos al dormitorio, la casa está pegadita al baño. Ahí la pueden ver.
What do you think? Do you somewhere believes that this abandoned house could be haunted? Make sure to let me know. This following video comes from a YouTube user called Gending Mystery. He ventures out to investigate an old and abandoned cemetery that has nothing but bodies laying around. As he moves further in his investigation, strange activities begin to occur, and then something happens that gives shivers down his spine.
Astagfirullahaladzim. Oke, Kang Bledos. Allahu Akbar, lentera goib. Monitor, timpang atau monitor. Allahu Akbar. Astagfirullahaladzim, oke Magres. Pocongnya lagi santuy cuy. Innalillahi. Oke, bantu 1.000 yuk teman-teman, gaskan. Oke, bantu 1.000 gaskan guys. Ono energi beda ya Tri, betul banget. Allahu Akbar. Oke, bantu kunci dulu teman-teman. Bantu kunci dulu teman-teman, dia lagi rebahan cuy. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. Oke, 1.000 nyong deketin geng. Oke. Astagfirullahaladzim. Allahu Akbar. Astagfirullahaladzim. Allahu Akbar. Astagfirullahaladzim. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, ngadeg guys. Astagfirullahaladzim, halang biung menyatbok. Astagfirullahaladzim, innalillahi wa inna ilaihi roji'un. Ya Allah, astagfirullahaladzim, Allahu Akbar. Energi langsung keserang geng, langsung itu teman-teman. Astagfirullahaladzim, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Langsung keserang cuy, sinyal langsung keserang cuy. Allahu Akbar. Astagfirullahaladzim. Innalillahi wa inna roji'un. Jangan nyerang perangkat cong. Cong. Allahu Akbar. Muhammad Rasulullah. Allahu Akbar.
The investigator finds a figure laying down beside a particular grave, which shocks him, but he keeps looking at the figure. Eventually, the figure gets up and starts looking at him. That gives him the chills. He runs away from that cemetery and ends his investigation, even though the video is not entirely paranormal in nature, and that figure might be a person. It's the atmosphere and sudden shock of that figure getting up, staring at the investigator, that is enough to give anyone shivers down their spine. Whatever you think about this video, make sure to let me know. A TikTok user by the name of Fix Shinobi uploaded a very strange video. He says that it was raining very heavily that night, and he was all alone when he started hearing a little girl crying outside his house. He could not help but go outside and check who is it. As he approaches the girl, something utterly terrifying happens.
Siapa? Ngapain? Kok nangis di sini? Kamu siapa? Nggak tahu. Kenapa? Kok makin kenceng sih? Hujan tuh ini. Yuk, masuk yuk. Siapa ini? Kenapa? Yuk, masuk yuk. Kena hujan nanti, kena hujan. Yuk, kena hujan yuk. Ayo, yuk. Kena hujan nanti. Yuk, masuk yuk. Ayo, masuk. Masuk, ayo. Kenapa kamu?
As the man approaches the girl and asks her why is she crying, he gets horrified when she stands up and turns around, revealing a deformed, extremely creepy face. He runs as fast as he can and goes inside his house and didn't step out until morning arrived. The man says that he believes that it was the ghost of a young woman who passed away in their neighborhood a while ago. Her house caught fire and she was burned, which is why her face looked like this. Do you think it was the spirit of that girl? Make sure to let me know. A YouTube user by the name of Ronald with me primarily lives in Texas and also has numerous apartments across the country. One particular day, he discovered a strange-looking doll thrown away in his trash bag outside the house. When he found the doll, he assumed that someone was playing a prank on him, maybe a neighbor, and threw it away. But in the next week, while he was taking out his trash, the doll reappeared on top of the trash can, and then Ronald decided to do an experiment with it. He painted one of the foot of the doll with the color of his choice and threw it away once again to see if the same doll will reappear. And up to his surprise, it did came back. Now he took the doll and decided to do an EVP session.
All right, here, look at this. That doll was just moving. That was legit moving. As soon as I started this app. are you here near this doll? Are you attached to this doll, making things move in this house and outside? They said yes. How come you keep moving around? Shit, 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 shit. It's moving. Holy shit. Oh my gosh. All right. Are you done? Are you making this doll move? The doll is moving right now. Okay. All right, this doll is legit moving. Did you destroy my table? Shit. That is still moving. You're moving the doll right now, right? Do you want to go to Pennsylvania? Do you want to go to Pennsylvania, yes or no? No.
Ronald decided to use the popular app GhostTube to ask some questions to the spirit he believed that was attached to this doll. In return, he received some extremely creepy answers. Despite knowing the doll was most likely possessed, the man remained extremely calm and decided to go back into his house with the camera on.
Pennsylvania. And my happy place? Totally destroyed. So now I got to deal with a broken happy place, and I don't even know what am I gonna... That just went from there to here. And for the skeptics, there are no strings attached. I believe it's got to be the doll in there. Because that doll right there, when I go near it, it moves away, right? And then over here, that's moving towards me. So what does that mean? You know what that means? That doll wants this to stay here. That staying here means that I'm not going anywhere with the doll. I'm getting in the car. I'm going to Pennsylvania. And that's just the way it is. I am not backing down. I'm not letting this try to control me. It's not happening. I got enough shit going on in my life. I don't need this to control me. So that's going back in the car. I don't care. That's just what's happening. I mean, this went all over the place. This back and forth, this moving by itself, everything moving all around. It's not scaring me. It's aggravating me. But yeah, let me get...
As Ronald went inside his house, his travel bag begins to move by itself, as if following him, as he's moving around. After this occurrence, the man realizes that the doll has breached the spiritual protection of his house. Multiple cross on the wall and salt lines couldn't save the paranormal activity to enter his peaceful home. Ronald knew that this doll is not an ordinary one and might be very dangerous. In order to further protect himself, he decides to pack his bags, get into his car, and move to his different apartment located in Kentucky. He realized that distance might be an only option to find peace. A man by the name of Zach has been experiencing paranormal activity from a while. He even moved houses, but whatever entity is following him stays with him nonetheless. Eventually, the situation got so worse that he had to send his wife and kids back to their home country to live with relatives. Now that Zach is alone in his house, he keeps hearing strange noises. But whenever he goes on to check his security cameras, he finds nothing that could have made such noise.
I think I'm gonna go crazy very soon because I'm hearing stuff and I don't recognize whether it's happening real or not, because whenever I record videos, when I play it back, all I get to know is that there's no sound in the video.
The situation in Zach's house has gotten so worse that he sometimes can't believe if it's all real or just his vivid imagination. What makes his situation even more terrifying is that whenever the strange noises begin in the late night, the light switches stops working around his house.
You know, one thing I always remember is like people ask me, why is the home always dark? I'll show you something. You see, the light switch, all three are on. I usually keep them on because normally during the haunting hours, the lights go off. See? If you go to my previous videos, you will see all these buttons, all these switches, they work for the chandeliers and the lights over here. Plus, you see the kitchen light is on, but there's no light. I'll show you something. See, the restroom, nothing works. But rest everything works in the house, and that's the most strangest part. As you can see, the TV switch, the light is on. See, you can see the camera light is on. Even the switches, see the red light. Even this, see, the internet light is on. So everything works at home except the lights during the haunting hours. I'll show you something as well. You can see this? All the appliances work at home except the lights during the haunting hours. I'm sorry, there's nothing much in the fridge because it's only me now. All I just eat nowadays is just croissant and I have some drinks. What's happening again?
Zach somewhere believes that the faulty lights around his house might be an indicator that the paranormal activity is getting more intense. His hairdryer turns on by itself, but since he has an early morning shift at his work, he goes back to his bed and tries to sleep, when eventually he gets woken up by an unseen force.
That's sweet. I just woke up and there was some sound over here. But it's very strange that lights are on now. Normally there's no activities during the night, but I could hear some sound. Oh God. The haunting has begun. The door just opened.
Just when Zach gets woken up, objects starts to fall off the shelves around his room, and then his bedroom door gets opened by an unseen force. As he goes on to close it, a menacing amount of footsteps starts running towards him. He starts panicking and runs back onto his bed, hiding inside of a blanket, scared of everything that's going on around him. Over the years, Zach has tried various methods to ward off the spirit out of him and his family's life, but everything has failed, leaving him feeling absolutely helpless. Obviously, Zach will update everyone on his situation soon, but whatever you think about the haunting of his house, make sure to let me know. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, then please subscribe to Shivers and ring the notification bell beside it to get notified of future creepy videos. I will really appreciate that, and I'll see you next time.